So be honest with me. Are you tired yet? Of all the wrong that's going on in your life, are you fed up with it? I want to encourage you today and let you know that you don't have to be in the situation that you're in. I want you to listen to these 3 words. Despise your chains. Yeah, despise your chains. Something is holding you back from your true potential. Something has you incarcerated and has you chained down. And you're looking at that and you're okay with that because you've been struggling so many years, so long with that pain, with that suffering. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay to despise your chains. Start looking at what it is that's keeping you down, that's keeping you under. Captivity is unnatural for you. You weren't meant to be in captivity. You weren't meant to be in chains. You were meant to be free. You were meant to be successful. You were meant to be thriving in this life. But yet, for some reason, I don't know if it was the way we were raised or the way something happened along the way that crippled us and life put chains on us and said that we couldn't advance, we couldn't do great things in this life. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's time that we look at our chains and we start to despise the chains that we do have. Learn to hate the chains of any habit that enslaves you. Yeah, because we can't just bypass this any longer. I know that you're tired because I'm tired of those things that are enslaving us. Why are you always sick? Why are you always struggling? Why you can't make it financially? It's time to look at the chains and get to the root of the problem. And once we get to the root of the problems, we're going to find solutions at that point because we're not having broken focus. We're going to start focusing on what is actually keeping us from our greatness. You'll never be free until you learn to despise your chains. It's imperative that we start to look at our chains instead of carrying the ball and chain around everywhere we go. Poor me, poor this, have a victim mentality. It's time we change that. And how are you going to change that in your life? By looking at your chains and building a holy anger up, man. And you're just going to despise your chains so much that you never want to have those things on again. Your belief system matters so much. The people that you have around you matter so much. And for me, when I look at my chains, I know that there's a God that can break those chains. That's for my life. There's a God that can break those chains. I know that I'm a child of the Most High God, and I know that captivity is unnatural for me. He didn't create me to be bound. He created me to be great. He created you to be great. The only reason that we fail is we ignore the chains that are holding us down. I don't care if it's your attitude. If you lack gratitude in your life, you need to look at that chain and break it. How are you going to break it? By doing the opposite, by stretching yourself, by getting out of your comfort zone and saying to yourself, never again do I want to go through this situation again. If I have a bad attitude, I'm going to turn it around and have an attitude of gratitude. And I'm going to give thanks to God for everything. I'm going to wake up like that. I'm going to talk like that during the day. I'm going to walk through my day and just start to bless everybody, man. I'm telling you, it's time that we look at unless you don't want to and you're okay with that mediocre life and you want to just, go day by day carrying your chains around. Aren't they heavy? They're not heavy to you? Man, I tell you what, they make a lot of noise. They clackle all over the place. It's time that we look to our chains and start to despise our chains. Because if we don't do that, we're going to bring other people down. And what are we showing the next generation? That it's okay to tolerate? that it's okay not to be great? One of the saddest places on this earth, and there's a lot of places in every town, multiple places in every town, is the cemetery. Why? Because in the cemetery is where dreams die. In the cemetery, you'll find, if you were just to go to the cemetery, you'll find untapped potential that they could have done more in this life, but they gave up because of the chains on their lives. They could have, there's so many songs that are unwritten that just went to the grave because somebody had a chain and didn't think they were good enough. So many messages that could have been preached. So many, wow, it almost angers me because there's so much potential in you. There's so much you can do. And so what that you get started and you fell and you go back to, no, dust yourself off and do it again. It's worth it. You're worth it. Despise your chains, I'm telling you, and start to look at what the problem is. Find the what's the matter in your life. And when you do that, now focus on fixing that. Redo things that you a different way. But you got to look at your change. You got to see, where am I lacking? Why do I get angry so quickly? What is the deal? What is it? Maybe you got to go into yourself and find out where that anger is coming from. Maybe you got to go within and find out why you doubt yourself so much. Man, I'm telling you, learn to despise your chains. It's going to go well for you. John 8:36 says, "If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed." I'm telling you, start to look at your chains and despise those chains and start to break those things by doing something that you haven't done before. Try something new. I'm telling you, it's going to be good in your life. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of MenchacaChannel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring that bell so you can get another episode of MenchacaChannel. And for all of you who are supporting MenchacaChannel through Cash App and Venmo, we appreciate you doing what you do so that we can do what we do. I'm telling you, you have got to look down and see what's holding you down. You despise those chains. Start to break it off. I'm telling you, it's going to make a difference in your life. Until next time.